Okay, go. Hello, good morning and welcome to my vlog. It's living with a stroke. The good, the bad and the ugly. I'm the good. She's the bad. And the ugly is the thing you have to put up with when you have a stroke. Now then, on that score, I am going to tell you, well, first of all I'm going to show you what I'm going to have with my breakfast and what the general, what happens when I have breakfast here. So that includes taking medication, and you get loads of medication, I'll tell you, you won't believe it. It costs a fortune here in the Philippines. Costs an arm and a leg. I'll be taking me breakfast, what I can take of it. But the one thing I want to mention, well, three things I want to mention first of all, before I have my breakfast. While my girl's busy doing my daughter's lunch for school, and looks very nice too. Kimbab. Don't ask me what it is because I don't know. Kimbab anyway. But it's going to be very nice, I think. Right, so the first thing is, when you're getting a bit older and you're liable to have a stroke, what you've got to think about is, it can happen any time really, so not just when you're old. But what you've got to think about is access to your bank accounts, access to your social media accounts. How do you find it? If you should suddenly lose your ability to read, to handle cell phones, computers, how do you get access to these things? And of course, knowing, reading statements and stuff like that is very important. So what I would suggest you do, make sure you save it somewhere safe obviously. Make sure your partner, your wife, husband, boyfriend, whatever, has access to it. Make sure you understand the process, because it can cause so many problems, it's untrue. Now then, we had a problem whereby we've had a problem whereby my pension wasn't paid, or one of my pensions wasn't paid, and so my girlfriend had to go on the computer, do various things, copying and sending, which she doesn't normally do, of course. It's even difficult for me sometimes. But of course I can't read, I can't see anything on the computer, and so I can't help her. And I'll tell you something, right? If you don't fall out during that time, I don't believe you, because it's very stressful. Everybody loses the temper, everybody shouts at each other. We're very forgiving afterwards, of course, because we love each other. But the fact is, it's a normal thing. You get very stressful, and so to alleviate all that, what I'm saying to you is, please take note. Make sure you save your passwords somewhere. There are systems I know that you can use on computer, but make sure it's easy to find. Make sure your partner knows how to do it, and can basically get through to people on your behalf, because that's what you're going to need. Now then, the second thing is, and I suppose it's part of the ugly thing really, of an illness like this. Now while I was asleep in my bed here, of course I've got access to my phone, and I picked something for a while. I was half asleep, or 3/4 asleep, and I actually pressed something. I was trying to find something on the YouTube, I think it was. I couldn't find it, so I ended up pressing something or other, and then ended up calling somebody. And I called somebody in the UK. Now somebody called Andy. Now if Andy's listening to this or watching this, I do apologise because I haven't found out who you are yet. Now that was at 3 o'clock this morning, I think it was. So he's going to be very chuffed with me, I'm sure. Being woke up at 3 o'clock in the morning. And he's probably never heard of it from me since leaving the Philippines. But anyway, so I do apologise, Andy, if you're listening to this or watching this. But it was definitely a mistake. But that is the problem. But that is the problem you have, because your mind is wandering. Your hand, even though you're right-handed, and my left hand is no good. That's no good luck. No control on this whatsoever, so I can't use that. So I'm doing everything one-handed. And with your phone, it's too big, my phone, really, to do that. So I end up pressing stuff on YouTube or on the apps, and it's not the right thing to press. And I end up pressing, ringing somebody, whatever. So, because your mind isn't working right either, and you can't remember stuff. That's another thing. You can't remember stuff. So, when somebody like my daughter shows me what app to use, I can't remember. My girlfriend shows me what app to use, I can't remember. Okay? And that's some of the things that can happen to you. So be aware of that. Try and safeguard yourself from making mistakes like that, because it can be expensive as well. Because you can end up phoning abroad, all your credit's gone, you might need that credit for something else. So you need to take care of that. Apart from the fact of waking people up in the middle of the morning, when it's middle of the morning in the UK, or it's in the afternoon in the UK, and disturbing them. So take care of that. Try and make safeguards against that if you can, and just be aware that this is just another added thing. What happens when you have a, what is it I've got again? I keep forgetting.
Stroke.
So that, yeah, see there again. See, I keep forgetting the word stroke. A very easy word to say, but for some reason I can't say it. A lot of the time I just forget it, and yet it's ruining my life basically. So it's a stroke. So this is one of the things you can get when you have a stroke. Not with everybody, and it affects people in different ways, as I've mentioned to you. But yeah, so that's the two things that happened last night. So I'm going to click it off for a minute or two, and stop the video for a second, and then I'm going to click it back on, start the video again when I have breakfast. You'll be quite surprised when you see what my breakfast is, I tell you. I've got to exist on that. I mean, I'm that thin at the moment that I could creep under the door. I could fit 4 of me to the bed at the moment. So I'm that thin. So, excuse me. So I've got to start eating a bit better. Hopefully when I get back to the UK I'll do that. Because I've got to get, as well as my sight, my jaw, when I had the stroke, is misaligned. So it's out of plonk, basically. And because I wear dentures, as many people do my age, my dentures don't fit anymore. So I can't chew. I can't chew any of the food. I can't chew meat, I can't chew chicken very well. So I've got to have things like soup, yogurt, soft things, and that doesn't need chewing. Until I get back to the UK and get me dentist work done, if I can get an appointment, of course, and get a new pair of dentures, and then I can start eating properly, hopefully. Again, it's another thing that happens with some people, not all, but some people. Your face changes shape. That's why you slur your words sometimes. I don't know if you notice, but I'm drooling sometimes, and I have to keep wiping it up my mouth. You can't control it. You've got no say about it. And that's what stops you from speaking correctly as well. I'm doing a lot better now for speaking. Doing a lot better now for speaking than I did do. My son said, when he first heard me on the phone back in the UK, he sounded like I was drunk. And he said, both my sons have said, I'm a lot better now. So you've got to really concentrate, and it takes a lot of effort to get to get to that point. Excuse me.
You have water there?
Yeah, I've got water. Yeah. Right, so I'm gonna click off, and then if I get to use it right, then I'll start up again when I'm having my breakfast.